give me like that's a shit. I think that's about right. Cause
You think?
well,
I don't know.
does she seem like someone who needs a gimmick? Like,
That's the thing. No, I don't think so at all. And I mean, if you look at her hair, she's got these beautiful little like braided stuff happening.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, she doesn't need a hat really. She's got lush hair. I mean, I think like the hat is like a crown, obviously, but
Oh,
yeah, I think that it was like a significant kill or something. Or maybe someone she loved died and then she took the hat or something. I don't know.
do you think she's attached to it as like Indiana Jones is to his? Like obviously, right? She would
Yeah.
not.
No. Yeah. No, her hat is everything, definitely. Like,
And
it's a crown.
in the book she had to they burned it because Abra said it had black magic on it, but they don't say anything about it here. But the crown,
Yeah.
that's another good one. Jeez, that's kind of her. It's a big old hat. And then, they found a hat, but then they had to resize it. Like, they had to recreate it. So they found this, like, 100-year-old hat, the costume designer. And then he went and then sized it for Rebecca. Like, they made it custom. I hope she kept it. She better have that hat.
I would have. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, I want that hat. I love that hat. That is an amazing hat. Yeah.
I would just take it home every night. And like, where's the hat? Oh, no, we need a new one. Like, I'd have like 14 of them by the end of the production. Just keep taking those hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder. We should
it.
find that hat. We should find that hat, Mark.
Oh,
Let's
that's
do
it.
a John Oliver. Let's do a John Oliver. Like, yeah, whoever can find that hat for us, we'll give you $50 and we'll donate $50 to a food bank of your choice.
There it is. Yeah. No, I'll happily do that. Oh, man. So find the hat. I should reach out to the costume designer and be like, hey, man, you want to talk the hat with me? We should get him on. Just talk about hats in cinema.
Oh, I'm in. I'm a hat person. I know a lot of people will hate me for it. I don't care. I love hats. I'm a hat person.
Wait, people would hate you for wearing hats?
Oh, no. Do you not know that there's like a lot of people out there in the world that cannot stand hats or people who wear hats? They hate it. Yeah. No,
Wow.
this I've encountered and it's very strange. I'm like, yeah, okay, each to his own. But wow, you're very like, serious about it. It's a thing. It's a thing.
You're not in the sun. Why are you wearing a hat? And like, is that kind of what they're saying? Like,
no, they think it looks ridiculous. Like, why do you wear a hat?
Wow.
Why do you wear a hat on your head? Like, it's very weird. Like, yeah, I don't really surround myself with them.
Smart. Yeah, you don't want hat haters around.
No hat haters. Yeah, please. No.
Because that means they wouldn't like Rose the Hat. That's good. Jeez Louise. Now when I watch it, wow. No, that's good. I like real because normally we just make up something weird, but this seems like actual logical answers, so I kind of dig that. I like that. And then one last question from Nicholas. He wrote, "Do you think they built an Overlook set, or did they use a lot of green screen and CGI paint like the walls on? But they recreated it. They recreated the lobby just for like a couple days. Isn't that nuts?
Yep, that is insane. Like I read. Not read. I watched an interview Flanagan did, and he said there's 3 Kubrick shots, only 3 in the whole film, and it's basically the 3 shots leading up to where they drive to the Overlook. So they just basically added snow and made it a bit darker. Those shots. The one with the lake and the island, and then the one where they're driving, on the mountain road. So they just added like snow and everything, and I think they added Danny's car. And that was the only shot of Kubrick. The rest, like, it was all recreated. It was all freaking amazing.
How much would you love to be on that? Like, remember Flanagan in those videos? He was riding around that big trike, like just a big kid. And I loved it. I thought it was really interesting too. Like, in The Shining, they really got into like the Steadicam, and they had the operator running behind the kid when he was riding around in his trike. In this one, they had a cart that was being pushed by a dolly grip, and then it had the cameraman just sitting. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they didn't just have a guy with a Steadicam chasing the kid riding around. Like, they had, more sophisticated rigs. But I thought that was pretty neat to see how they did that. Probably faster, probably more like, because this movie didn't have the biggest budget. I think it's something only around $45 million, which still kind of blows my mind because that's not expensive.
Yeah. And to think, they built the whole set and like just all the work that went into it. But listen, that actually makes me think when you talk about the kid, like I love that in the beginning where we follow the kid, we're back in the hotel, and then the kid turns around and you're like, Oh, yeah, because obviously it's not the same kid, obviously, but just to see, okay, the new actors. What did you think about his casting? I thought like, what's the chick that played Wendy? Amazing.
Oh yeah, perfect.
What's her name?
Let's see.
Alex.
Let's see. Wait, why do I not have this? There's Jack
She
Henry.
was so good.
Oh yeah, Alex.
She
yeah.
Was good. Alex.
Just looks just like her. And you know what I liked? They didn't de-age. Like that's such a weird, like what Uncanny Valley thing. I loved how they brought in like Henry Thomas to play the bartender. And how I would love to get in with this guy because Henry, he was in Gerald's Game, and then he was in that house on what house?
Yes.
The Hill
House.
And then he was in this. Like I want to get in with this Flanagan. Like keep getting roles with him. And then I thought Carl Lumbly as Dick Halloran, like he looked just like him, but he wasn't him. But you still get it. That's just smart. It's another smart move by this guy. How's he doing?
Yeah, I really thought it was well done. I really I was impressed. I liked it. I thought it worked.
And they brought back that lady from 237. Ugh. But they she kind of became like a chump at the end though, when Abra just goes in the bathroom like, oh, this lady, I'm going to go lock her up. Like I loved how that woman scared so many people in 80, and now she's kind of chump change. So I kind of dug how Abra just had no problem locking that lady back up again. Oh, that was cool.
Abra's such a badass. It's really, really cool. But listen, I've got a question for you now.
Uh-oh.
So, because I mean, no, it's nothing like,
I know.
it's just an interesting question because Flanagan loves to do Stephen King stuff. And I read that, they're planning to do some more stuff in the future. But if they came to you, Mark, and they were like, Mark, what should we do next? Which Stephen King adaptation should we do next? What would you tell them?
That's a really good. All right. All right. So he likes to stick with kind of paranormal stuff. So, all right. Let me look at Stephen King books real quick. So my first reaction, they did a TV show with Brendan Gleeson in it with Mr. Mercedes. It was like
Yes. I watched a bit of it. Yeah.
But the book, right? The book just punched me in the stomach. Like it just. Man, I can't really get over it. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'd like to maybe see him do that, even though they already did it on TV. I don't want to see him remake anything. Maybe do Dark Tower, right? Like, remake the Dark Tower, because the McConaughey Idris one didn't do too well.
Yeah, I didn't. No. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched about 30 seconds of it. I'm like, you know, Ron Howard producing? He's like, yeah, we made a mistake. Like, we didn't do too good with that. No, but you know what? Well, like Under the Dome was a TV show. I'm just gonna say it. I just want to see what he could do with Mr. Mercedes on the big screen because.
Okay, cool.
Because I think he could capture the vibe, like the casting.
That's the thing.
Yeah, the casting was so perfect in this movie. I want to see what he could do with that. Like I want to see it. Like I saw that movie in my head. So that's it. What about you? What would you have?
Yeah, no, because that's a very interesting question for me too. But I think I'd like to see him do Salem's Lot because I love that book and I think he can do something really good with it. And yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing his take on Carrie.
Oh.
I personally love Carrie the book. It was the first English book that I read when I was a little girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Carrie. A good first English book. I loved it. And yeah, I didn't like the recent remakes. And I just think Flanagan knows how to do female characters really, really, really well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I wouldn't mind maybe a mini series of a Carrie. Yeah.
Or The Running Man. Just have him remake that. Have you?
Well, I mean, maybe just all the King stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, just keep him busy. Just keep giving him stuff.
Them. Yeah.
Because he loves King. Like, why not? Let him.
Exactly.
Make him do It Chapter 2 again.
Yes.
Did you like It Chapter 2?
No.
I almost fell asleep.
No, I didn't. No. Let's not talk about it.
All right, sounds good. The first one was good, right? We can leave. We can say that. Did you like the first one?
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as some people said it. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the second one. And I was so excited about the second one. Oh, no, it makes me sad. Let's go back to Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, go back to some good stuff.
The Happy movie.
And how much do you want a chalkboard wall now?
Oh, right. And it's so, like, that was also so beautifully, like, the set was beautiful. I loved that whole room that he was in. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. I was like, oh, yeah, I could live in a room like that. That's nice.
And for only $85, that's not bad.
There's a lot of space. It was really, yeah. And the chalkboard wall was great.
And how bad did you feel for Violet, the little girl, in the beginning?
Yeah, shame. I think, like, you know, when you know what really happens to her, it really breaks you. But I felt like, yeah, shame. She didn't have a lot of screen time. I wonder how people that don't know the book or anything and like, didn't know what these people do. I wonder how they felt. Did they feel anything like, or was it just like a creepy scene? Because it was creepy. Like, it was also very well done. Rose is so scary. She's so scary.
I'm going to murder this kid is basically, and she's totally fine with it. The one thing I laughed about, right, is when all the different people pop up, like that means that they're like hiding behind trees and then like waiting to like jump out like one at a time. So it's like they're a synchronized like attack crew. And so that's the one scene that kind of annoys, cause right? That's how they had to have done it, or like lay on the ground. Because they can't.
Oh, thanks, Mark. I didn't even think of it that way. And now you just ruined it because I thought that was so creepy and well done. Like, and you've just ruined it. Thank you so much.
They're not jumpers, right? Like they're.
See, I thought they just kind of disappeared because they all got these weird like powers and whatever. So I thought like they just, like moved real quick. I don't know.
they kind of strategically shuffled to get to that spot. And like they seem to be an equal distance apart. I don't know. Maybe they practice a lot. And does that mean they practice at their campgrounds?
Yes, definitely. We should, find some, like, it would be nice behind the scene found footage of the True Knights where they practice at camp, like how to attack. A spoof movie on the True Knights back at camp.
They're like raptors from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, see, I was thinking more like that, but I mean, yeah, let's go your way because now that's ingrained into my brain.
Right? I don't know. Sorry to wreck that for you, but when I see it, I'm like, man, I don't know. That's the way, like from what you've read from my stuff, that's how I watch movies. So
yeah, but that's why I like talking to you about this because, yeah, you always come with interesting angles that, like I or other people don't necessarily think of. And it's like, thanks for making me think about that, Mark. Good stuff.
I really hope the next time you watch this and you see it and you're like thinking about them rolling on the ground or like hiding behind trees to like perfectly scare a child.
Oh, but yeah, shame. I mean, poor Violet. Like at that when Rose eats the flower, the purple flower, when she doesn't eat it. She just like, the way she puts it in her mouth, that whole action. I was getting goosebumps. I was like, yes, this woman. She's much.
And then they took a dig at Violet later, didn't they? Like, yeah, that last girl didn't last long. It's like, geez Louise, you guys have lost. Yeah. You guys have lost any, like, empathy that you have. Just kind of referring to that little bugger. Kind of insulting her.
Absolutely discarded her. Like, oh, that was nothing. Like, and I think that also just, showed how just absolutely terrible they were. Like they really had no idea of the consequences or didn't care. Like, and it's a kid. It's a kid.
Yeah. And you know what though? I'm still glad the baseball kid, we saw that. I think that movie needed it. Like they showed kind of like, if they'd have done to the baseball kid what they did to Violet, would you have taken him as seriously?
That's the thing, because they never show us what they did to Violet. So it's like, okay, they take the kids. Oh, maybe they're just keeping them somewhere, feeding them nice snacks, and I don't know. So yeah, no, they really had to show that, as hard it was to watch, and is still. Like I said, I don't think it's ever going to get easy to watch that scene.
Yeah. And the last thing for you, like they're kind of saying in this movie that police won't mess with them and they're really rich. Did you get that vibe from them? Because I didn't really get that vibe. Like they seemed more like because remember when Ewan's like, I don't think they worry about cops, or Danny said that. Like they don't seem super rich, like, right? Like what do they do for money? Do they just get money? Like, you will give me money?
But they probably use their like manipulation powers just to get away with it. Like, I think that's just what they do. Like,
you will give me a ham sandwich.
They make sure normal people like cops don't even realize what just happened, or they just forget they ever saw them, that kind of thing. Because they're manipulators. So
that makes sense.
they